oh, hey, didn't see you there. Now, I'm a fan of World War II games and World War II movies, so today, let's talk about some World War I and World War II guns. I've got a good old trench gun, my personal favorite, fucking love this thing, and everyone's favorite, the 45 1911. Now, these guns I've seen actually...
No! God, what you're doing it wrong. Get the shit out of here. We gotta talk about little girls. Yeah, that's what today's topic's about. You like guns?
Yeah!
You like anime?
Yeah!
You like little girls?
Yeah! Wait, what?
Yeah, like Gunslinger Girls.
Oh, I thought you were talking about, real little girls.
Well, they're real to me.
Anyways, okay, we're gonna talk about Gunslinger Girls and guns today, so, I want to do a little bit explaining of what Gunslinger Girls is.
Yeah, basically, we're really into anime with guns in it, just because it's, common interest type thing. And so, basically, when we talk, we always see, we got the Yormagon patches, and, we always, joke around with, that kind of stuff. And actually, Gunslinger Girls, I have to give them credit because they're one of the few anime that do a really good job with the realism and, just getting things right. Because there's a lot of anime that they just, take something gun concepts and things like that, and they just totally fuck it up or make it different. Whereas Gunslinger Girls, it is a more serious kind of dark anime, but they're very serious about their gun knowledge, and so a lot of their stuff is actually really, really legit.
Yeah. And it has little girls in it, apparently.
Yeah. Basically, the concept is it's a government agency that is specialized in. They take basically girls who are on the brink of losing their lives, they were in some horrible accident or some serious trauma, and then they basically they put cybernetics into them, so they're super strong, and they take them and they train them into assassins, right? And it's kind of like a brainwashing sort of technology, so it's kind of controversial, which is what makes it interesting, right?
Yeah,
it's whether it's more
morally
serious.
Right. It's a more serious anime.
Yeah,
it
granted,
does
have
the
those
cybernetic and there's nanomachine. The tech is quite futuristic, but everything is portrayed in a very realistic manner. Especially, the anime is pretty good. I highly recommend checking it out. It's not your regular sort of action, genre. It's much more serious, but it's a good drama.
Yeah.
Second season is terrible, but watch it. But we don't. Second season never happened.
It doesn't happen. Just watch the first one.
And then go check out the manga too. I believe Amazon has a really good deal on the bundles. You can get 3 volumes as one, so it's pretty cheap. And I go check it out. The manga has the art is really nice, and the attention detail is just phenomenal. They get the right brand, the right calibers, the right And if you hate M4s and ARs, how every movie has M4s, M16 ARs.
They do use the snowflake guns.
They only use snowflake guns.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a single AR gun in
That's
there.
actually pretty impressive, to be honest. Even the handlers have pretty interesting guns.
So that's one thing, and you learn quite a few gun knowledge, get the facts right. So one of the characters, Triela, one of our favorite characters.
You forgot your outfit. You're going to dress up like Triela.
I'm not going to wear it fucking...
You got everything else. You got all the equipment. Right?
Almost.
Yeah, almost.
No, but I'm not a little girl.
So this is what our video is about today. Is Jeremy here? He's got a sweet build that he wants to show you.
So Triela, one of the main little girls, she is seen toting around a trench gun all the time. Now, the specific trench gun is the Winchester 1897. Now, this is a build I did. This was originally actually a full bird gun, but when I bought it, it was really beat up. I bought it, the stock was all fucked up, there was no butt plate, and the barrel was all rusted and mangled. So I figured, instead of restoring it to another bird gun, because I already had another one, a bird gun, I figured, I'd do a trench gun build, especially because this is a solid frame. Now, there's a lot of 1897s out there you'll see, but most of them are takedown. And the takedown, they do have riots and takedown, but they're not as good or as sturdy because, you can imagine, right? You're trying to beat people with it, and then if it's a takedown, you're
going to break apart.
Yeah, it's okay, if you're going to beat someone to death with a Ruger 1022, would you pick the old 1022 or would you pick the takedown?
Probably the old one.
Exactly, see my point. So that's my point.
Real wood, not synthetic wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the old one, so that's why, you want a solid frame. And And the stock is chopped to make it a little shorter, easier to handle, because it is quite long. Because, shotguns have to have at least 18-inch overall length. This is 20 as a trench gun. And I replaced it. And in the manga, she actually does chop down the stock later because it is too long. But otherwise, you have your heat shield, which is the iconic look of the...
So you can C-clamp it?
Yeah, so you can C-clamp it safely, because, they were thinking way ahead back then in, the First World War. They were like, oh man, the soldiers, they're gonna need C-clamp in the trenches.
Ahead of their time.
They were way ahead of their time. But it's a standard 12-gauge buck, pretty deadly, very, very effective in World War I. I think to the point that the Germans wanted to ban it. Fun little fact, the German didn't think the trench gun was sportsmanlike.
Wow.
In a war.
So Geneva Convention, they're just like, no, you can't.
It wasn't even Geneva Convention. It just wasn't sportsmanly.
Oh,
it wasn't
wow.
they were like sipping their tea. It was like, not sportsmanlike.
No, it's too good. You can't allow
It's
that.
too effective, but
it's aimbot.
Yeah, aimbot. Because
aimbot.
shotgun is just aimbot. It shoots all over the place, like in video games. Anyways, so why is it a trench gun? Because you have to mount
a sword.
The iconic.
That's a sword.
That's a bayonet.
It's a sword.
It's a base. Okay, maybe like a dagger. Maybe like
it's
a long
sword with a loop on it to put on a gun.
Yeah,
it's a sword gun.
So this is the M1917 bayonet. This was made by Remington. This is an original one, and basically, let me show you how big this gun gets.
It is a sword gun.
You mean not a spare? So when you run out of ammo, you're all out of it, and they're out of your range to stab. And then you can take it and just javelin someone with it. That's how it was.
Just like the Spartans do with their long spears. Same concept.
Same concept, exactly. Leonidas probably had one of these.
Yeah.
That's how you fought off all the Persians.
See, what you got to do is you have to have a string tied to your hand that's tied around the trigger guard, and that way when you throw it, then it stabs into someone, and you pull the string, and it fires the gun.
And then it shoots it back to you.
Yep. Yeah. It kills them, and it shoots the gun back to you, and then you catch it, and then you do it again.
Yeah, so you can imagine this is pretty gnarly. You got a good reach over someone, and ultimately, it was designed to compete with other rifles. Because if it's like other rifles, this is meant to go on a rifle, and the rifles is even longer. So if your bayonet is shorter, you're at a disadvantage. The guy can poke you, but you can't poke them.
That's true.
So you have to think of it in that sense. So that's why they made it that long. Today's bayonet is just like a knife, right? But imagine if you're in a bayonet fight, I'd rather have something that's 2 feet longer than theirs.
Yeah. Gives you a little bit of an edge in
the
competition.
Yeah, get to the point. It was,
Oh, it works pretty well.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a stab mark.
Yeah.
All right. So what else have you got?
I do have something else. So obviously, you have your main gun, right? You need a sidearm to go with it. Especially if you're going concealed carry and all that. Triela packs a Sig Sauer P230.
It's not even the right one.
God, this was a good deal. This is a really good deal. So I have a Sig 230 in black. She actually has a 230 SL.
They don't actually exist, by the way. We found this out. They're not real.
Are they actually?
They don't come in that configuration.
Really?
Yeah, it's just made up.
Are you joking?
It's made up.
Oh,
it's made up. Yeah. In the anime, if they got one thing wrong,
I thought they had one.
230 SLs, they're unicorns.
I'm pretty sure they exist.
They're unicorn dust.
Whatever. Anyways, she has a silver one, and which she later replaces with a black P232, which
also doesn't exist.
That one exists. You're dumb.
I've never seen one.
I've seen one.
Okay, well, he's seen the impossible.
What?
Anyways.
Yeah, which you replace later, which not much difference between a 230 or a 232. It's basically the same. They both shoot 380.
Delivers like a brick through a oh wait, no,
that's 32.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, this is a step up.
So
it'd be like a cinder block through a window.
So this is a pretty iconic kind of like spy-like, PBK-like pistol. You saw a lot of action during or used a lot during like the Cold War, carried by West Germany.
Straight blowback.
Straight blowback. Simple. Not a lot of controls. Not even a slide you can't even lock the slide bag without a magazine in. but ridiculously accurate, just like any straight blowback fixed barrel gun of that era. And then she also carries a P7 to her backup.
Yeah,
so her backup of her backup
is her back. Well, actually, that kind of makes sense. Like, if your 380 doesn't do the job, then she pulls her 9mm out to finish the job, right?
I guess.
You gotta like you can't be reinforced by a weaker round, right? Because if the first one didn't do the job, you gotta have some more power. So I think that does make sense, actually, if you think about it that way.
So where's your P7?
I sold it.
What?
Yeah. Times are rough, man. The economy. I mean, come on. Like Wall Street.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah. Anyway, that also does double as a bottle opener.
It does. It's a very effective. We don't have a bottle here, but you can see it. Makarov.
Yeah, don't drink and shoot, by the way.
Is that from personal experience?
Well, we'll go. We'll get into that another time.
But most of the fixed barrel, small calibers like this, you can use as a bottle opener. Just put it, click.
Yeah,
easy.
great for parties.
Yeah, great for parties.
Just whip it right out.
Whip it right out, fire it in the air. Just remember, it doesn't lock back.
Yeah, you have to empty the mag to lock it back,
so,
and then you can do the party
you're drunk, you have no fine motor skills, you can't dump the rounds out, so just fire into the air.
Exactly.
And then, or just burn in the couch, whatever. They won't care.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, that's what couches are for.
Yeah, that's why they made dubstep, right? So you can mask the sound of out of the,
But you have to be in tune with the rhythm as the dubstep's going.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Anyway, so are we gonna shoot these or what?
We're gonna shoot these. Let's go.
All right,
Fine.
let's do this.
Shoot these.
Let's do this.
Fine. Where are you going? This way.
We're going to shoot this way?
Yeah.
So confused.
All right, so we're finally to the shooting section. I know this is what you're waiting for. Sorry you had to sit through us talking about little girls and anime and nerd out for a while, but there we go. I got some shotgun shells, 12 gauge, buckshot, and trusty Winchester. So it holds 5 rounds, pretty much operates just like a regular shotgun. This is always the most fun part. Loading a there's nothing. It's just there's nothing else like loading a shotgun. Put it in. Put it in. And it holds 5 in the tube plus 1 in the chamber. Obviously, I don't have 1 in the chamber. So, you got ears on? All right. Oh. There we go. That's a dead Jerry right there. So, pretty much operates like any shotgun, but this is quite old. And, full wood stock, just all steel and wood. There's no recoil dampening, there's no spring, there's no the butt pad is just solid. So it does kick quite hard. But it feels nice though. The gun is pretty heavy, so it's still quite manageable. And yeah, let's swap over to the other Jeremy, and he'll put a few shells down.
My arm kind of hurts a little, to be honest. So I'm wearing a slick jacket, and it slid off my shoulder into my arm. Anyway, it's actually more than manageable, to be honest, for a 12 gauge coming out of something like this. But a lot of fun. I think, that heat shield really lets me keep my thumb over the top. It really gives me that maximum control efficiency dynamic. Yeah, but it's actually a really awesome shotgun to shoot, to be honest. A lot of fun, and somewhere, little birdie told me that you can slam fire this thing. So let's give it a shot.
So one thing I didn't talk about earlier on the table is that this gun actually has, as you notice, an external hammer. Now this is pretty rare for a shotgun. Most shotgun you see has a smooth back, like a Remington, a Mossberg. They're all smooth backs. Now Winchester does keep a trend just by slam firing. I'm gonna try it. It is kind of unwieldy and unmanageable, so if I fail, I apologize. But gotta try it at least once. All right, second try. 2 more shots. So, as you can see, you know, it's much faster than, and you can do it much faster. It's just hard, and it is unwieldy, but it is really, really effective in trench warfare, as you can imagine.
That did it, I guess.
Critical hit!
Yeah, he's good. I mean, I'm good. Now I have 2 extra shells that I don't know what to do with. Guess we'll shoot him. Actually, I can do it on that one too. Yeah, that's actually pretty fun. Shooting stuff at point blank. Stabby stabs. Yeah. Yeah, you like that, don't you? Yeah, you like that. I mean, what? Yeah, I mean, this is serious trench warfare, you know, serious war business stuff. Yeah. Anyway.
So now we're gonna shoot the 230. Like I said, pistol, 380, and I got a couple mags loaded, and we're gonna shoot it. But before we get started, gotta represent Team Sig. So, I've never really done this before, so I'm gonna try it. But if I fail, this is a pretty common practice you'll see on a lot of old pistols, especially a lot of straight blowbacks with fixed sights. You go like this, and then rack it on your shoes. Pretty easy to shoot, really pointable. You kind of just, you know, I didn't really have to aim. But the problem with a gun like this is it uses a European heel catch. So you've got to push in the heel catch and then pull out the mag. Now, so there are no, you know, IPSEC speed reloads for you, unfortunately. And then again, like I said, no slide release or no slide lock. So the only way to drop it. Really, really fun and really easy to shoot. And yeah, let's switch over to Jeremy and see what he thinks about it.
All right, well, I guess it's my turn. There is one thing I will say that because of its design, it is double action, single action. So, you know, there's a decocker. So basically, if you're gonna load it, back the slide, and then release the double action, since we didn't really show double action from before, and then you'll wanna top off the round, because otherwise you've just downgraded the magazine 1 round with 1 in the chamber. So let's see how the double action feels. It's not too bad, actually. The double action, it's a little hard to tell where the break is from the initial pull. The single action though is amazing. Yeah, very easy. Now, granted, this is not my best grouping. Obviously, actually it is, but you know, to be honest, I mean, I'm shooting fast, and it's you know, I don't have an excuse for this. This is horrible. This is actually really horrible. I apologize. Like, this is so bad. But anyway, the point being, yes, it is a pretty easy gun to shoot. If I'm just trying, it's on paper. God damn it, it's on paper. Okay, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
A few moments later.
Are we done yet? Are we done yet? Are we done yet? Are we done yet? Are we done yet?
No, we're not done yet. We still have to finish the video.
Fine. So, alright, sorry this video is a little bit longer than our normal videos, but right here, small recap of what we just did.
Yeah, so we got to shoot the trench gun, pretty awesome. And you've got external hammers, you can slam fire the gun. You got heat shield, you got the bayonet attachment. Pretty cool gun overall. And we also had fun shooting the 230 as well. You know, just kind of go together, I guess, if you
Like Gunslinger Girls.
Exactly. Yes.
That's the whole point of this video.
The entire point was to advertise for a super old anime and manga.
It's amazing though. It is seriously, go check it out. Like,
yeah.
It might be weird, but if you like guns and if you're not like, you know, like if you don't hate anime, if you're like somewhat interested, you want to check it out. This is a more, you know, like serious anime and serious manga, less like the whole kooky ones out there that are like there are some weird ones out there, but this is like, you know, you can enjoy it.
This
even
is
if you
pretty
don't
good,
like it.
and on the side of like being like for anime, it's relatively normal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Like realistic.
yes, it's
So-
not, it doesn't really go too far out there.
So yeah, I mean, they're great guns and highly recommend them. You can pick them up for really cheap. I mean, granted, the solid frame will be harder to find, but you can pick up a takedown bird gun for like less than $300 a lot of the time. You know, check your local Cabela, check your local what's the store I'm looking? Oh, pawn shop. You know, they usually have a lot of them. Go check it out. Norinco also makes a very good copy. Well, not very good, but Norinco makes a good copy that is made of newer materials, better steel, so they're meant to handle higher loads. Now, you'll notice we're shooting, you know, low recoil because these are 100 years old. This gun is over 100 years old. I don't remember the exact year, but I think it's like 1903 or something. But this gun's over 100 years old, so don't put modern, like, you know,
Aged.
Magnum double aught Bach in it. It will-
Aged like a fine wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But otherwise, as you can see, 100 years old, still works fine, flawless, and it really goes to show the craftsmanship though,
It is
back in those days.
Winchester, right? They made good stuff.
Well, made.
Made.
Keyword. Made.
Yeah. Well, every company
700.
every company has their falls of the wayside eventually, right? Yeah.
Like, Zeg. But, anyways, shut up! I still like one! But yeah, P30, like we said, really spy feel, really good, really easy. It just feels great in the hand. You know, whether you have small or big hands, it's just a perfect size. Now, would I recommend this as a carry gun? Probably not, because it is full steel. It is quite heavy for a
There
carry
are a
gun.
lot of other alternative choices at this time.
Especially now that the Glock 42 and 43 is out. It's not any smaller than that. So, unless you really want to be like a snowflake warrior, you know.
Yes.
Unless you really want to be a snowflake warrior and then just want to be like, no, everyone has a Glock, I want to do something different. You know, not bad. But the problem is, these things, especially ones made in West Germany, they do fetch a premium now.
Yeah.
So, you know, not really recommended. But good collector, good fun shooter. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Any last words?
No, I mean, we like Gunslinger Girls and we like guns. So.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time. We've got more videos coming up for you as usual, and we actually did some shooting today, which is pretty fun. Don't get to do that too often, but when we do, we try to shoot as much as we can. Yeah. And we also have a Facebook page, so you can definitely check that out. I try to post interesting or funny things there that I find. Don't always show up in the YouTube channel. And I guess we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Now we're done.
Are we?
Yes.
Yeah! Yeah, die!